Blair here with MXM, and we talk a lot about best practices and also next practices. You know, best practices quickly become widely adopted, or perhaps not so quickly, but I'll say this. During this lockdown, best practices have become widely adopted and rapidly widely adopted. So before, if you think back to just even last year, even the best gyms that scored the highest on club cleanliness through their members' eyes had some pretty darn good practices. A lot of clubs do what's called zone cleaning. People are assigned to zones. The zones take just so long to clean. It's done fairly conspicuously. Members are encouraged to be cleaning and sanitizing equipment, et cetera. So those were best practices. Going into this pandemic, those were taken to a whole new level, and practices now that we would have thought then, what I would call next practices, those that are way out on the sort of the cutting edge that only a few are doing, are now going to be widely adopted, you hope. Because if they're not, those clubs will get left behind. And by rapid adoption, our industry has been sharing information like never before. People have really pitched in to try to get this industry back on its feet, and that has helped take sort of the next practices to create the best practices that are now widely adopted. So what's next? What is the consumer going to expect next? What are the permanent imprints? And I think this is one of the healthiest things you might be able to do with your teams now when you bring them back in, is to have some real deep discussions about what they believe will be permanently imprinted on their generation. Because this is going to probably permanently imprint 3 generations or so. My dad is 92 years old and went through the Depression, and that imprinted him greatly. Fought in the Korean War, that imprinted him greatly. So there were permanent imprints from those things that are part of his daily life today. There will be permanent imprints from this that'll be part of everybody's daily life. But what are they? I mean, even after a vaccine, what are those gonna be? And if you can think through those, and think through some of the behaviors that our customers are going through right now, and just sort of frame those up with your teams and say, what if that is a permanent imprint? What if that is something that doesn't go away? How can we start thinking about that right now? Because even if it does go away, we can take advantage of that right now and make our product better right now if the customer's imprinted with that, even if it's a 1 or 2 year imprint. I think it's a very powerful exercise that you can do with your teams, especially if you get a multi-generational team, especially maybe bringing a member or two. Now we can start to really think innovatively about our product and the member experience. Take advantage, please take advantage of our free reopen feedback system. It's free to anybody in the industry. Go to mxmetrics.com. I hope your reopening is going fabulous. I've been finishing these with stay distant, stay active, stay safe. I hope that goes away here pretty soon. All right, stay distant, stay active, stay safe.